what I think is funny about this generation of rap is how much more diverse rap has gotten. You know, rap is not just, you know, a black genre anymore. It's universal. You know, anyone can get into it. Anyone can like flow. My parents are from the Caribbean, so it was all about reggae and R&B up in this place. Sanchez, all that stuff. That was my family. I didn't grow up with like rap. R&B, yes, but not rap music. When I got older, you know, Wu-Tang, you know, B.I.G., Pac, Fugees, you know, Public Enemy, NWA, all that stuff. Like, that was the kind of things that I started learning and getting into as I got older, you know. I didn't get into rap until I was probably about like 13, 14 when I was in high school and I was like more around different people. But what I've kind of learned and seen that pisses me off about the interpretation of rap is how we get rap music. It's all this shit about being misogynistic, about, you know, being garbage, all kinds of stuff like that. And you know what? This is my thing. Am I denying it's misogynistic? No. Am I denying it's just stereotypes? No. Am I denying that a lot of mainstream rap is garbage? No, I'm not. But why is they acting like this is the only genre that has that shit? Rock music got misogynistic themes. Pop music got misogynistic themes. Every genre of music, except sometimes even country music, got some misogynistic themes. Okay? Music, like pop music, has so many, you know, stereotypes about women in a different kind of sense they do about like than rap music, where women are mainly used for like being sexual objectification. Like it's not in pop music. Like every pop superstar right now don't have to dress around half naked. Like for real. Let's not act like that is. Like a lot of mainstream pop ain't that great. You know, I got Katy Perry's album. I love Katy Perry. She is my home girl. Can she sing live? No. Are her songs deep and poignant? No. She's a fun artist, but that's where it stops. Okay, she's not some great musician. She's not nothing special. You could take anybody like that. That's why we have this whole era of like the Kesha and stuff. Like I like Kesha. I enjoy Kesha. I can listen to Kesha. Does that mean I think she's some great, you know, Madonna artist? No. Because you know quality. No one looks at Nickelback and assumes every single rock group, or even though Nickelback, every single, you know, group that associated with like rock is like Nickelback. No. So why is this like a rap thing? And what I think it's crazy that like it's become that point where I feel like everyone thinks rap can only be this one thing. Like, it's irritating to me because it's not true. And I think it's funny that this generation of rap is like a lot more white people listen to rap. Like when I go to my school upstate, my best friend, one of my best friends at school, loves her rap music. You know, Nicki Minaj, she loves Lil Wayne, all that stuff. Like I'm not big on Lil Wayne. I don't like Nicki Minaj. I respect her as a businesswoman and like do what she do. Like she get her shit done. I can't hate on her for that. Do I think she's, you know, special? Her flow is anything spectacular? No, I don't. I prefer her mixtapes than I do her actual album. But that being said, like they like that kind of music. Does she listen to Lauryn Hill and all that kind of stuff? No, she doesn't. Maybe like she knows something like Biggie and stuff like that, but those are always popular artists, you know. It's not as if, you know, the old school stuff that some of us maybe grow up with in the early ages of rap. You know, I love Salt and Pepper, you know, En Vogue, all that kind of stuff that's very much old school and whatever. And that's the kind of rap that made the form strong. But now it's like this same kind of mainstream rap music. And it's fun that they listen to that. It's fine. But let's not pretend that this mainstream rap is any different from the mainstream pop, mainstream every genre that gets put out there. It's the same thing. It's what's catchy, what the kids will like, what teenagers will listen to, and that's what they promote. That's what it's all about. And like, it's crazy to me how people just look at Nicki Minaj. Like, there are people who like look at Nicki Minaj and really think that she's the only female rapper to been out in like 1,000 years. Like, really, like Foxy Brown, you know, Remy Ma, Kim, you know, all those people are just like a blimp on their screen. Like, they don't know about that because that was before, you know, rap became super popular. Like, Lil' Kim, people know Lil' Kim more for being that girl with her titty out and the weird wigs and stuff. They don't really know her as an artist, besides maybe a few songs, because they didn't grow up with that. They didn't raise with that. They don't know about like the old MCs and stuff like that. That was when it was still kind of a segregated genre, where listening to rap was kind of like not as popular as it is now. And so it's not even like it's a black genre. It's a genre that encompasses all groups of people, you know? Especially with Eminem having coming out and being called like one of the, like, some people ask me about how I feel about Eminem, and I know people are going to ask me this, so I'm just going to be like, I like Eminem. I ain't going to sit here and be like, I don't like Eminem, you know, he's overrated. In my opinion, that's how I feel about Eminem. He is a really good rapper. He is probably one of the best rappers alive now. One of the best, not the best, because I don't think that's true. I think Nas, you know, Jay-Z, even sometimes Kanye, I wouldn't put him at the same rank, but Jay-Z and, like, you know, Nas especially, they've been doing what Eminem has been doing for years, especially Nas. Everyone looks at Eminem, you know, and they say, like, oh, he's the only legit rapper out there. And some of my white friends be like, what I love is, like, some of my white friends, I love them though, because I know one of those my subscribers. I'm not trying to attack you, I love you, girl. They think Eminem is, like, the best rapper ever. The only rapper, they listen to, like, a whole lot of metal, but they listen to Eminem. They're like, oh, he's the best. I'm like, what Eminem is saying, while it's good, while it's great, he's not the only one saying a deep message. Lupe Fiasco, all people. There are plenty of underground rappers who don't get enough hype, don't get enough acclaim, who are doing exactly what he's doing, better than he's doing, or just as good as he's doing, but they're not on your radar because they don't get this kind of screenplay he gets. Like, Eminem, he's a good rapper, but he also, you know, he is mainstream. He's accessible. Like, even if you look at his whole song, White America, it basically talks about, like, yeah, he says this stuff, it's good, but, like, there are black rappers who've been doing that forever. He's not special. He just has the perfect gimmick. He's a great rapper, but he's white, and people don't expect that from him, so people, like, are like, yo, let me check him out. You know? It's not to take away from him because he's great, and I'm glad he has the acclaim he has, but let's not pretend that he's, like, the only rapper to ever do what he's doing. All of them do that. Like, my favorite female rapper right now is MIA. All her songs political, deep, got something to say about something. Does she have a lot of acclaim? No, besides Paper Planes, which is, like, the most, you know, PC song that she's got. And it's not even that PC. You know, there's this whole mentality that really just messes with my mind, because I feel like, you know, every genre has its crap. Every genre has had tons of horrible messages, doing stupid shit, all that kind of stuff. No genre is completely hands-free of only delivering quality. Okay? So don't tell me that rap is the only garbage genre out there. Please don't. Like, if rap music is just not to your taste, that's fine. But to dismiss the entire genre as garbage because you've heard the rappers in the mainstream who you don't like, who you think are just saying dumb shit, does not mean it encompasses the entire genre, because you would not take one country, one pop, one rock, one heavy metal, one death metal, one punk, one anything artist and be like, oh, they are the entire genre, because they're not. And you can't do that because no one artist encompasses the entire thing of one genre. There are splits, you know? And what I think the biggest thing I think is funny is, like, alright, let me just put this disclaimer. I love Adele. Adele, Idina May, Joss Stone, I love them. Like, they are great singers. Their voices are amazing. But what I think, what gives me the biggest trip though, right, is how they have these, what they get praised for, like, these loud, strong, soulful voices, you know, and yet the black genre of neo-soul is dead. Pretty much. Like, you know, Erykah Badu, you know, one of my favorite artists, I'm probably pronouncing her name like J-O-P-E-L. It's J-A-O-P-E-L-E, I think. The A and the O make it switch. I get really weird with that. But she's a great artist, beautiful song. I love her albums. Yet, nothing. Not even a blip. But Adele, Joss Stone, you know, Duffy, who did that song Mercy, they're like, oh, they have these big, soulful voices. Yet, you know, everyone knows who they are. But if I go to the same room with people like, you know who Adele is? Yeah. You know who Joss Stone is? Maybe some less years. It depends on where you go. But if you talk about, you're like, no, Adele versus Joss Stone, more people would probably know Adele than they would know Joss Stone. Joss Stone's been out on the radar for years. She's had her, you know, her hits and whatever. But for some reason, when you have a quality that may not be considered, you know, different, like that big soulful voice, because it's not, you know, completely tied to, you know, white British singers, when they have it, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe this. Amy Winehouse, rest in peace. Example, jazz, all that kind of soulful sound like that she has. It's like, oh my god, because she's got it. It's great because she doesn't fit that kind of box, because she's just out of the box, because she's not exactly like this. But those people who have been in that box, just as good, but maybe don't, like, stand out in the sense that, oh, you would expect that kind of voice from that kind of person. It's kind of like, whatever. That's why people who say that people who always say that, like, if you're talented, you can make it in music. No. Let's not pretend that's the reality of the situation, because there are plenty of untalented people in the music genre, in the movie genre, who can get away because they have a gimmick, they look a certain way, or they can present a certain kind of sound. Like, everyone wants to talk about, like, You know, I think the two biggest ones, Kesha and Gaga. I'm not putting Katy Perry in because she really can't sing live. She sounds great in the studio. I have her album. I ain't trying to hate, but she don't sound good live. I've heard her live. But Kesha and Lady Gaga, two big stars right now, both known for like selling a certain gimmick. You know, Kesha's got her whole white trash thing. You know, Gaga's just known for being like really, really out there and extreme. And people are saying it's like she does it because she can't really sing. Like depending on how, like, in my opinion, I was watching videos of like Lady Gaga when she was in NYU doing her little piano recital thing. That girl has got talent. Whether you think she's an amazing artist or whatever, she's got talent. You know, she is skilled. You know, she has a voice that can be ranged from being like average to wow, depending on how you feel about her. But she's not a horrible singer. No way. Is she like, you know, Whitney or Mariah or Celine? No. And let's face it, they're like the greats for a reason. Okay? But she's not horrible. But she's not memorable. How many great artists do we have that are like great? Like Esperanza Spalding, who won like the best new artist thing for her album. Amazing artist. My friend Sarah knew about her because they talk about her in like, you know, magazines that have to do with guitars and stuff like that. But great artist. Brilliant. Has always been. Performed at the White House. Do people know who she is on a mainstream level? No, they don't. Why? She has no gimmick to sell to them. Lady Gaga, the reason why she dyed her hair, does all this weird stuff is because if she doesn't, no matter how good her music is, no matter what it does, it will be forgettable if she cannot sell herself. Kesha, you know, same thing as Gaga. Like, when I hear some of her, like, unreleased tracks that don't have any auto-tune on it, her voice is fine. Like, I would compare it to, like, you know, any other major pop star we used to have. It's like, it's not, you know, amazing, incredible, but it's not bad. It's not something that's, you know, horrible. She has a nice voice. I think one of the songs I like from her thing, Animal, is like, doesn't have a lot of auto-tune. A song, Invisible, which is unreleased. Like, you look at those songs, depending, like, you may not think that she has an amazing voice, but she's not a horrible singer. She's not, like, auto-tuning because she sounds like, you know, me when I sing. But she's not horrible, but she had no gimmick. Now she does. Now she can sell albums. Katy Perry used to be just a regular, you know, Christian singer, and then she did all this whole stuff, and now she's popular. You have to sell yourself. It's not just your music. Nicki Minaj, like, when she started doing mixtapes and stuff, I think she was a stronger rapper then, but she, you know, she had her own thing, you know, her whole Nicki Lewinsky era, and now she has a new gimmick. She has to sell that because that makes her stand out. It's not her rapping. It's not, you know, it's not just her rapping. That's why she raps in those voices, does all those kind of things, because that makes her stand out. That makes her not be like every other MC. And it doesn't matter if she's great at it. It doesn't matter if she's a great rapper. But she stands out. She is different. And that means she's going to make money. That means she has a gimmick to sell to producers, to audiences, and you will remember her name. You will know who she is. If you don't like her music, you know who Nicki Minaj is. You know who Kesha is. You know who Katy Perry is. You know who Lady Gaga is. Esperanza Spalding, amazing. People don't know who she is. I knew who she was because I found her online when I was looking up, you know, pictures of, like, natural women of hair, and I found her picture there, and I'm like, oh, she's an artist. That's how I found her music. Like, Emily Autumn. I love Emily Autumn. I have her big-ass book over there. Amazing artist. Talks about so many serious issues, you know. Great sound, but she doesn't have anything, you know, mainstream enough to present, because people are like saying, oh, she's just like Gaga, whatever. So, she's amazing. Great music, great meaning, but she's not a traditional artist. She doesn't really have that same kind of particular sound. She's not sellable, you know. Even someone who I love, like Pink, who I think is, you know, a great artist, always been really great. I've never disappointed with any of her albums, you know. She's had success. She's had, you know, I think she has 2 Grammys or whatever, but still, has she ever been like Britney Spears big, Christina Aguilera big, Gaga, Katy thing? No. Because you have to you're not just selling your music, your voice. India.Arie had to like sweat, bone and tears for the amount of Grammys that Alicia Keys got in 1 year of having her album out. Beyonce, all those people, because they sell, because they have the right look, the right sound, and they can be marketed. And that's what's important in music. It's not even just about, you know, it's never been about being talented. Of course there are talented people who have made it, and we know who they are, and that's great for them. But it's never just been about being talented. It's about having the right effects, about when people go to your concerts, they get a show. Like, even if I don't really, like, Lady Gaga, I know friends who probably don't even maybe like her, but her concert would be off the shit. So they'd be like, yeah, let's go to a Lady Gaga concert. No one would turn that down because her concert would probably be the shit. It's about what you bring. Will people remember you when you're done? Because it doesn't matter if you're good or you're bad, but if people remember you, that's one more you have against any other talented person who's just going to be like, phew. Because they're great. They may sound amazing. You may be like, oh my god, she's so good. No contract for her, but there's a contract for Lady Gaga. Doesn't matter if you like them or not. If you can't sell yourself, you're going to fade away.